Here is the poem The Voice of the Rain, composed by Walt Whitman. This poem is taken from the book Hornbill. About the author, Walt Whitman. Walter Walt Whitman was an American poet, essayist, and journalist, a humanist. He was a part of the transition between transcendentalism and realism, incorporating both views in his works. Whitman is among the most influential poets in the American canon, often called the father of free verse. Now, introduction to the poem. This poem of Walt Whitman presents a dialogue between the poet and the rain itself. The poem presents the cyclic movement of the rain. The rain is personified to describe herself. She describes herself, what she is, and what blessings she showers on earth and man. Now the poem goes like this. And who art thou? Said I to the short falling shower, which strains to tell. Give me an answer. As he had translated, I am the poem of earth, said the voice of the rain. Eternal I rise, impalpable, out of the land and the bottomless sea. Upward to heaven, whence vaguely formed, altogether changed and yet the same. I descend to lay the dots, atoms, dust layers of the globe, and all that in them without me were seeds were only latent unborn. And forever, by day and night, I give back life to my own origin, and make pure and beautify it. For song, issuing from its birthplace after fulfillment wandering, wrecked or unwrecked, duly with love returns. Now, gist of the poem is the voice of the rain celebrates rain and the accompanying water cycle that supports life and benefits the earth. The poet recounts a conversation he had with the falling raindrops. He asked the rain, and who art thou? And strangely, the rain answers, calling itself the poem of the earth. Here, the poem of the earth, it is metaphor. Rain is compared to music. The rain says that it is born in the form of intangible vapors that rise eternally from the earth's land and deep water bodies. It then reaches upwards towards heaven in the form of clouds, impalpable, vaguely formed, and altogether changed. Yet, at its core, it remains the same as it was at birth. It then returns to its origin, the earth as raindrops, to wash away the dust and rejuvenate the drought ridden and dry land. Similarly, rain originates from the earth and the bottomless sea, soars up to heaven, taking the form of clouds, and comes down to give joy to its birthplace, that is earth, and makes it clean, pure, and beautiful. The poet compares the rain to a poem, a song. A song is born in the heart of a human, and after giving pleasure and joy to one and all, come back to the Creator in the form of appreciation. The rain, too, like a beautiful song, wanders here and there, bringing happiness and peace all around and ultimately returning to its owner. Now, poetic device is figure of speech used in the poem. First is personification. Although rain is non-living thing, yet the poet treats it like living thing. So the rain has been personified as it has been given a voice of the rain. Metaphor. We see metaphor in the line, I am the poem of the earth. Next figure of speech is hyperbole. We see hyperbole in the line, bottomless sea. Imagery. In the first line of the poem, short falling shower gives the reader an image of gentle rain. Opposite. Day, night, rise, descend. Next figure of speech is oxymoron, wrecked or unwrecked. Apostrophe, and who art thou? In this line, poet is addressing the rain. Comment on the style of the poem. Walt Whitman broke several conventions of poetry when writing this poem. There is no rhyme scheme, nor do the lines stay of the same length. Although each phrase is just enough to be read in one breath, we find ourselves breathless as the line runs on and eventually becomes a part of the whole. This kind of poetry was known as prosaic poetry. This is poetry that is written like prose. This was originally published in a periodical called Outing in 1885. It was later reprinted in Leaves of Crowns, Whitman's most celebrated collection of verse. Now some important questions based on poem. Name the poem and the poet. Who does I refer to in the first and the third line in the poem? What do you understand by the phrase "strains to tell"? From where does rain originate and how? What happens to the rain in the sky? Why does the rain comes down? What for is rainfall compared to music? Why have the last two lines put within brackets? What is the rhyme scheme of the poem? Speak about some benefits of music. So mostly highlights and main points we have discussed in the poem. So at last, this poem gives us message that we have to give something different, something useful. So this is the purpose of this poem. Thanks.